Hello everyone. Today I will introduce an article which named A Study on the Effect or Location Characteristics of Large Coffee Shops near the Center of City on Customer Satisfaction and Behavioral Intention. The presenter is Jeong-In Kim, and the authors are Jeong-In Kim and Seung-Wan Ju. Saturated coffee shop market formed in various forms. Coffee shops are still on the rise, and as the coffee shop market becomes more intense, the location characteristics of each coffee shop have an important influence on the success of the business. In previous studies on coffee shops, studies have been conducted focusing on the success factors of coffee shops. The attributes like market analysis, items sold, experience and knowledge, among which the trending areas and locations of coffee shops located in the center of city. However, there are few studies on the location characteristics of large coffee shops in the area near the center of city, which has not been presented in the previous studies from the customer's point of view. In opening a coffee shop, the correlation between profitability and store location is very important, and the degree of importance is getting more intense. In addition, location is one of the key factors of success in all industries and is a very important factor in determining the upper limit of sales in return for profitability. Therefore, this study proposes strategic alternatives to active the market of large coffee shops near the center of city, focusing on the location characteristics with fitness, with marketing approach for founders of large coffee shops in the center of city, though which it aims to grasp in deepen what location characteristics affect customer satisfaction and positive behavior intention directly connected to the profits of large coffee shops in the center of city. In addition, the fixed characteristics of the location that are never changed have a great impact on the interaction with the customers because of physical and visual distance from the customer, and minimize the physical distance with the customer to lead to the profitability of the store. Therefore, this study verifies the causal relationship of how suitability, visibility, and accessibility of stores with such location characteristics affect customer satisfaction and behavioral intention, and further presents useful data for profitability and sustainability of large coffee shops near the center of the city. A coffee shop is thought to specialize in more than 20 coffee beverages based on its principle. In part, it sells beverages except for coffee and service simple food such as sandwich, but it is discussed from a cafeteria that makes and sells food directly in the store. From a social-cultural point of view, coffee shops are placed where social exchanges happen. It serves as a meeting venue, or unspecified people can read or relax alone. These coffee shops are mainly located in areas with a large floating population, and the characteristics of interior, side menus, and beverages vary depending on the characteristics of each store area. The definition of coffee shops differs slightly from one to the other. Currently, Korean coffee shops have been recognized as a popularly used living space since the opening of Starbucks branch of Eva Women's University in 1999. In Korea, coffee shops are classified as non-alcoholic beverage shops, which are equivalent to restaurants and liquor stores. The definition is industrial activities that provide juice, coffee, tea, ginger tea, and herb tonic tea with hospitality facilities. There are juice shops, coffee shops, and tea shops. Consumption of coffee is becoming more subdivided and specialized according to the recent trend of respecting individual personal ability. Customers are not only consuming conventional instant coffee or uniform types of coffee from large franchises, but also enjoying their own coffee consumption at various coffee shops and homes. According to a survey of global coffee consumption as of 2018, Korea ranked third after the United States, which ranked first, and China, which ranked second, and grew rapidly from 600 million in 2007 to 4.3 billion in 2018. Considering the number of population, Korea has a higher consumption of coffee per capita than the United States, which is the number one. According to KB research reports, more than 70,000 coffee shops are in operation in Korea, and 41.2% of all stores are concentrated in Seoul and Gyeonggi Province. By region, Gangnam, Seoul has the largest number of coffee shops and Jeong-In has a largest number of stores compared to the population. And in 2018, the number of coffee shops is 14,000, and the number of business closures is 9,000. This indicated that there are more startups than closed stores, and that there is a tendency that the number of small coffee shops is increasing due to the economic downturn. The performance for coffee is high in the 20s and 30s, and the performance for coffee is generally increasing in the over 50s. In addition, more than half of them drink coffee at coffee shops habitually, and point out accessibility and taste of coffee as key factors in choosing coffee shops. The characteristics of large coffee shops near the center of the city are as follows. First, most of the nature-friendly spaces with views of mountains, seas, rivers provide customers with a space to escape from busy urban life, along with service for large city coffee shops. Second, most of the coffee shops near the center of city are located in existing commercial buildings through rental forms, but large coffee shops near the center of city have their own distinction in that they have the form-active beauty of buildings and the original space arrangement by constructing or remodeling single large space. Third, it provided differently service from coffee shops in the center of the city, such as gardens and photo zones, which utilize the natural scenery as much as possible. Fourth, it provides the convenience of parking or ancillary facilities that a wide site offers. Fifth, the bakery produced directly differently itself from franchise coffee shops. Sixth, employees are employed as full-time workers rather than part-time workers, which increases their loyalty to the company. Therefore, this study aims to define a large coffee shop near the center of city not only as a single building that has a natural view of the sea, mountains, rivers, while being located near the center of city, not in the center of city, but also as a facility with the delected parking facility for visitors, as a simple building that focuses on the sale of coffee-based beverages and bakeries. Location means a place to choose for economic activities such as agricultural, money functions, wholesale and retail, housing, office service, and public service. Location can be assessed by dividing it into set and situation. Set is a physical property, which means natural graphical conditions such as topography, terrain relief, shapes, and gradients. Situation is related to the distribution of space, which means related location related to other important place. One of the basic attributes of a place is a location, which is a location where something is located, and a location condition where it is located, and a place to choose to act at the same time. For coffee shops, the location or commercial area of a store can be defined as a directed, where the store will be located, or an area where a retailer can accommodate a large number of people. Also, the location treated as most important when starting a coffee shop is the driving force that can attract customers in the first phase. Therefore, the location of coffee shops is a very important factor for start-up business. And before establishing a coffee shop, the constant measure between sales and investment amount should be considered. The founder should not be misled by superficial amount of sales, but should determine the location by calculating the countermeasure between store maintenance, cost, and profitability. Customer satisfaction is a subjective state of customers who feel that customers are properly compensated for their service expense based on their result obtained from the consumption experience. Olivia says the customer's behavior as a predictable measure and defines satisfaction as the difference between the emotion that customers expect and the emotion that he or she experiences. Swan and Olivia states that customers' satisfaction is defined as an emotion about the result of purchase or experience or product or service. Li Su-jing described customer satisfaction as a general and subjective assessment of customers' experience of consuming a product or service, producing an outcome. As a result of examining a number of previous studies on customer satisfaction, the extent of customer satisfaction should be increased by graphing customers' needs for companies continuous several and perfect criterion. Therefore, customer satisfaction is an important goal in corporate activities and its importance is expected to increase in the future. Angel and Fresh Bean define the customer's behavioral intention as the individual's will and belief to form an article towards an object and then to represent it as a particular future behavior. Behavioral intention is used to predict future behavior of customers, and research on behavioral intention is important because it can directly help predict demand if customers act according to actual purchase intention. This study aims to verify the influence of location characteristics of large coffee shops near the center of city on customer satisfaction and future behavioral intention through empirical analysis. For this purpose, a surveys was conducted from October 1, 2021 to October 31, 2021 for customers who visited large coffee shops in Busan. The questionnaires were written by self-reporting method, by face-to-face method, and a total of 400 questionnaires were distributed, and 371 copies were collected. Of the collected questionnaires, 356 were used for final analysis, except for 5 questionnaires. To achieve the purpose of this study, the study was conducted based on literature research and previous study. The research model is as follows in Figure 1. This is the research model. This study sets the following hypotheses based on the results of previous studies that had studied the relationship among variables using cancelability hypothesis method to investigate the influence of location characteristics on customer satisfaction and behavioral intention. Hypothesis 1 is location characteristics will have a significant impact on customers' satisfaction. First is the suitability of location characteristics will have a positive effect on customer satisfaction. Second is the visibility of location characteristics will have a positive effect on customer satisfaction. Next is accessibility of location characteristics will have a positive effect on customer satisfaction. Hypothesis 2 is customer satisfaction will have a positive effect on behavioral intention. Hypothesis 3 is location characteristics will have a significant effect on behavioral intention. First one is the suitability of location characteristics will have a positive effect on behavioral intention. Next is the visibility of location characteristics will have a positive effect on behavioral intention. The second is accessibility of location characteristics will have a positive effect on behavioral intention. In order to achieve the purpose of this study, the interviewer conducted the interview for 31 days from October 1, 2021 to October 31, 2021, targeting customers who visited large coffee shops in Busan after having explaining the research purpose and the questionnaire response method to the service respondents. The response of the questionnaire were written by the individual self-reporting type, written by the respondents. A total of 400 questionnaires were distributed and 371 copies were collected. Of the collected questionnaires, 50 were excluded from the unfaithful response, and 356 were valid samples used as data from the final analysis. Space 25 statistics program was used for statistical progressing of this study, and the specific analysis method is as follows. First, frequency analysis is conducted to understand demographic characteristics and general characteristics of the subject. Second, factor analysis and reliability analysis are conducted to understand the reliability and validity of the score used in this study. Factor analysis using vector-max rotation method to maintain interdependence between factors. Also, for reliability analysis, we use a method to exclude items that inhibited internal consistency by measuring the Crowell's coefficient. Third, the correlation analysis between variables was conducted before the hypothesis test to diagnose the problem of multiple consensus. Fourth, multiple regression analysis was conducted to verify the hypothesis based on the refined measurement items. As for the results of KMO simple suitability measurement and backlight test, KMO measurement was 0.9892, satisfying the standard of simple suitability. As a result of backlight verification, the significance profitability was smaller than the significance levels, and the correlation matrix was rejected as the diagnostic matrix, which was suitable for factors analysis. And it's a result of factors analysis. Total 5 factors were detected, and the total various exploratory power was 70.241%. As for the adopted questionnaire, 5 items of suitability, 5 items of variability, 4 items of accessibility, 5 items of customers' satisfaction, and 4 items of behavioral intention were adopted. Also, the reliability coefficient between the extracted factors was 0.944, visibility 0.916, accessibility 0.932, customer satisfaction 0.911, and behavioral intention 0.854, which is considered to be acceptable for the reliability of the hypothesis test. Table 1 is variety and reliability. In this study, correlation analysis was conducted on the mean variable using the average single value, and the results are the same as Table 2. As a result of correlation analysis, there was a significant correlation between dependent variables and all other variables, and it was found that there was a significant positive correlation with suitability, visibility, and accessibility, which are subfacts of location characteristics. Therefore, it was found that the correlation confliction value of the study was more than 0.7, and there was no problem with multicollinearities. The Table 2 is correlation analysis. Relationship between location characteristics and customer satisfaction. Multiply regression analyses were conducted to verify hypothesis 1, that location characteristics of large coffee shops near the center of the city will have a significant effect on customer satisfaction. The analysis was also conducted to verify hypothesis 1-1, hypothesis 1-2, and hypothesis 1-3, according to sub-variables of location characteristics. The result is the same as Table 3. The research results of the test of hypothesis 1 were as follows. First, the relationship between usability and customer satisfaction was satisfactorily significant and positive in the non-standardization coefficient 0.407. So hypothesis 1-1 was supported. Second, the relationship between variability and customer satisfaction was satisfactorily significant and positive in the non-standardization coefficient 0.162. So hypothesis 1-2 was supported. Third, the relationship between accessibility and customer satisfaction was not satisfactorily significant, so hypothesis 1-3 was not supported. Therefore, it can be seen that hypothesis 1 was particularly adopted. Relationship between customer satisfaction and behavioral intention. The regression analysis was conducted to verify hypothesis 2, that customer satisfaction would have a positive effect on revisit intention. The result is the same as Table 4. The result of the test of hypothesis 2 show that the relationship between customer satisfaction and behavioral intention is statistically significant and positive in the non-standardization coefficient 0.044, indicating that hypothesis 2 was adopted. The results of hypothesis 2 suggest that the higher customer satisfaction of large coffee shops near the center of city, the higher positive behavior intention of visiting customers, such as revisiting themselves and recommending them to their acquaintance. Relationship between location characteristics and behavior intention. The regression analysis was conducted to verify hypothesis 2 that customer satisfaction would have a positive effect on revisit intention. The result is the same as Table 5. The results of the text of hypothesis 3 were as follows. First, the relationship between suitability and behavioral intention was statistically significant and positive in the non-standardization coefficient 0.409. So hypothesis 3 to 1 was supported. Second, the relationship between visibility and behavioral intention was not statistically significant. So hypothesis 3 to 2 was not supported. Third, the relationship between accessibility and behavioral intention was statistically significant and positive in the non-standardization coefficient 0.438. So hypothesis 3 to 3 was supported. Therefore, it can be seen that hypothesis 3 was particularly adopted. The implications of the results obtained from the empirical analysis are as follows. First, the higher the suitability and visibility of location characteristics, the higher the customer satisfaction. So, suitability has a greater impact on customer satisfaction than visibility. Therefore, large coffee shops near the center of city, which are correctly operating or preparing for startup, should recognize that location selections considering population density, income level, and customer patient level is essential for customer satisfaction, and also consider location where signboard or buildings can be seen well. And since visitors are aware that the location of the store is near the center of city, they should pay attention to efforts for convenience such as parking facilities rather than factors of accessibility such as public transportation. Second, large coffee shops near the center of city should continue to make efforts to improve service through employees, improve physical environment, and differentiate beverage and sales products by recognizing that customer satisfaction is a priority factor to produce positive customer behaviors like revisited and recommendation to customer acquaintance. Third, it was found that the higher the connectivity and accessibility of location characteristics, the more positive behavior intentions such as revisited and recommendation to acquaintance were promoted. Therefore, large coffee shop near the center of city under the protection of establishment should pay more attention to secure parking facility in planning their space, considering road structures such as proximity in that their customers are using private cars rather than public transportation. Fourth, accessibility was not statistically significant in the relationship between location characteristics and customer satisfaction, and so was variability in the relationship between location characteristics and behavioral intention. However, customer satisfaction is perceived in achievement of customers' positive behavior. So the relationship between customer satisfaction and behavioral intention should be considered. That's all the article. Thanks for your listening. Thank you.